Welcome all you jingle bells and sugar plum fairies. It's time once again for Cozy Quilt Cinema. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Beth. Every week we dive into a movie, tracing the emotional thread from our first watch to how it resonates with us today.
This week we watched the 2020 movie, The Happiest Season. I want to put a "the" before it. It's not The Happiest Season, it's just Happiest Season.
Correct.
I don't know why I want to put a "the."
I understand the impulse.
Yes.
So, the IMDb summary is, meeting your girlfriend's family for the first time can be tough. Planning to propose at her family's annual Christmas dinner until you realize they don't even know that she's gay is even harder. When Abby learns that Harper has kept their relationship a secret from her family, she begins to question the girlfriend she thought she knew.
Okay. So, straight off the bat, I just want to complain about the names.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to see, as we discuss this, that there's definite problems with this family. But you've got Sloane, who is the oldest. And I'm thinking Harper, she's the middle, or she's the baby?
I think Harper's, the middle.
She's the middle.
Yeah.
And then there's Jane, playing Jane. It's like they ran out of creativity.
I don't know. I think,
and all the creativity is chocked full of Jane. Really.
I really think that. Well, let's kind of go through the cast real quick.
Yeah. So this movie stars Kristen Stewart, who plays Abby.
She was in the Twilight Saga, as we all know.
Mm-hmm.
Spencer. She's been in several things that were not the best. For me, I don't think they showcased
See,
her.
this was a good movie for her. I feel like
it was a great movie for her.
And, like, I'm not trying to be a pain about Twilight, but I really have issues with Twilight. And one of them is the fact that it was almost like the direction said, don't show any emotion.
And I think that actually is the case.
Yeah, and here's the thing is, A, if you've read the books, Bella's a very emotional person. But B, I feel like other directors glomped onto that and kind of did the same, very similar things with other movies. So a lot of people feel like she has no emotion, but she has a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
Like when she can show it. So, so I'm sorry. Abby's girlfriend is played by Mackenzie Davis, who plays Harper.
And she was in Halt and Catch Fire, Blade Runner 2049, and Tully.
Okay. The only thing when I looked, I couldn't remember her from anything. And I'm like, I should know her from something, right? I had not seen her. I'd not seen any of those things. The only thing I knew her from was, and it wasn't even like I knew it was her, was she did a voice in Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh, yeah. So I wouldn't have known.
No, because it was a voice. Yeah. So Mary Steenburgen, who we all love but hate this character, she plays Tipper.
Who, I mean, she's been around forever, but she was in Step Brothers, Back to the Future, Part 3, Melvin and Howard. She's been in so many things. What was the TV show that we saw that she was in? Very good.
Oh, the one with the girl
anyway.
who heard the music in her head.
Yes. Some Infinite Playlist.
Yeah, something like that. But is she still married to Ted Danson?
Is she married to Ted Danson?
She was.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't keep up with that.
I don't know. It was like but they were one of those like really popular couples like back in the day. So I don't know. Anyway, I should have looked that up. Victor Garber plays Ted, which is Mary Steenburgen's on-cast husband. Words.
He has been in many things. One of the TV shows I know that he was in was Legends.
Okay.
Where he is part of a superhero duo, which they're one and the same person. It's a thing. He's a professor. The kid is actually, like part of him and the kid merge. It's very weird.
Okay.
But he was in Titanic, Alias, and Argo. You're going to see a lot of Argo people showing up in this for some reason. Not sure if it was a thing. they just did it because, or they just happened to be there.
What's the character's name on Parks and Rec? The porn star. She was like, I was in...
Brandy?
Yeah, and she's like, I was in all of this. And Argo.
And Argo. I had a small part in Argo. That's true, though.
Brie Allison, who plays Sloane, which is the older sister.
You mean Allison Brie?
Did I say Allison Brie?
You said Brie Allison, but I know what you meant.
I was looking at her last name
Yeah, you were
first.
looking at her last name. That's fine. She was in Community. She was in Glow. She was in Mad Men. She's pretty much in everything. She is a pretty dynamic actor to hit all these different kinds of roles. It's crazy.
She had a lot of Annie-ness in this, though, and I kept wanting to make fun of her. And
like Annie, if she did not actually meet the Community people.
If she grew up as a wasp.
Annie, if she grew up without the rehab, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, because other than the interracial marriage, she's definitely Annie. A lot of Annie. Although Annie loved Troy.
True.
So that was like the unwaspishness of her, but everything else was pretty waspy. Mary Holland played Jane, but Mary Holland is also one of the co-writers, along with the director Clea Duvall. And she plays poor Jane.
Yeah, Mary Holland was in Veep, Senior Year, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Parks and Rec, Bob's Burgers. She's been in a lot of things, mainly as voices or small parts.
Now I gotta rewatch Brooklyn Nine-Nine so I can find her in it.
Yeah.
I don't remember who she played in it. Obviously, it was a small part.
It was a small part. But, so now, you mentioned Clea Duvall, and she is one of the co-writers and the director of this film. She was in one of I really love this movie. I do, and it's horrible, but in Identity.
Okay.
With John Cusack. And I love that film. She was also in Argo. She was in The Intervention, which she wrote, directed, and produced.
Okay.
She's a powerhouse. She was in Can't Hardly Wait.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I'm going to hit you with one more. I'm going to go further back. She was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer as Marcy Ross.
Oh,
The Invisible Girl. Remember?
Holy
I know.
God.
Crazy.
Okay.
And I love her. I have always been, very attracted to her. So the fact that she's doing so well, I feel like I'm a part of that.
I get that, though. So there's a lot of people in this cast, and I'm going to go through, not all of them, but a big chunk of them.
Sure.
But one of my favorites is Dan Levy. I love him. He plays John.
And, of course, he was in Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
The Big Brunch, Good Grief.
Ew,
and,
David.
Many things.
Yes. And it's like, you look at him and his sister played Twyla in Schitt's Creek, and no offense to Eugene, but even when he was younger, he wasn't that good looking. Not to that level. And they are both very cute.
Oh no, Dan's very striking.
Oh my God. He definitely inherited his daddy's eyebrows, though.
Oh yeah, very much so. He is... We'll talk about it. Let's go ahead and continue, because we have a large cast.
Eric is played by Bert Mosley, and I believe that is Sloane's husband.
Yes, he was in Argo. No, I don't. I honestly don't know. I did not look him up. He was not part of the primary list.
No, but you know what? I had to go back and look, and because I was like, is that...
he may have been in Argo. I have no idea.
I was like, is that Leslie Odom? He had a bit of Leslie Odom about him.
He very much does.
Yeah, so I had to go back. I'm like, did I miss Leslie Odom in this movie? And then I realized no. And they look nothing alike, but that was the impression I kept getting.
There are several times in which the actors in this are very much smell-alikes for other actors.
I know.
So you have that, and then at the end, in the theater, in the background, next to a guy, is a woman who, her hair, her facial structure, I could swear was June Diane Raphael.
Okay.
Because she looks so much like her, but it's in the background, so you can't see her face clearly.
Yeah.
And I had to rewind it. We rewound it just to see, and I don't think it was. If it is, it's completely unaccredited.
So what's really funny is in that scene, they were going past Allison Brie, and I didn't know who you were talking about, and I was about to say to you, you just realized that was Allison Brie.
No, I know who she was.
Okay. So another one of my favorite people is Aubrey Plaza. She plays Riley.
She was in Parks and Rec, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Ingrid Goes West, Legion, and one of our favorite TV shows in the last 3 years.
Agatha.
Yeah.
Agatha all along.
She is...
She's the...
I don't know how she has inserted herself so fully into the lesbian iconery, but she is.
I know.
Very much like... I think it's just her casual...
It's her indifference. She has an indifference that is...
Well,
I am interested
and an
in
inclusion,
you.
And
Well,
an
that's
inclusion.
it.
In it. Yeah.
She's so indifferent because she's including everybody into the conversation. And that's the thing is she doesn't care who you are. So that's where the indifference comes in. It's not indifferent in the sense that I just can't be bothered. It's the indifference in I don't care who you are. You're welcome at the table.
It's like if you went to church and you prayed to some god.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the feeling that you get when Aubrey Plaza's there.
Oh my God, is Aubrey Plaza a goddess?
I think so.
I think so.
I have to say that it's entirely possible.
So before I get to my other favorite people, Anna Gasteyer, she is... I honestly didn't write down her character name. I don't know why I didn't do that. But she has a pretty major background character. She is the politician. Anna Gasteyer.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. I don't know how I forgot her name, but I did. But my two favorite people are in this movie for 15 minutes, not even?
Right.
Benjamin Putnam, also known as Ben de la Creme, who is playing Miss Ilto.
And the one that I actually do know, because I don't know a lot of drag queens, is Jinx Monsoon.
Who is playing MK Ultra.
Which...
I did not know they had names.
Which kind of fits her so well.
It's M-E-M, the letter K, period, Ultra.
Right.
It's okay because it took me a while to figure out Ben's name. So Ben de la Creme was going by, it's Miss L apostrophe T-E-A-U. So I'm going Miss Mistletoe. Jeebus Christ. Oh my God.
So, Jinx, I'm surprised. I mean, she's doing...
Oh, she's amazing.
She's doing this movie, but she's a Broadway actress.
But this was before that. So this is 2020. And here's the thing. At this point, her and Ben were really... every year they do their Christmas performance. Ben and Jinxie are like BFF.
Was this their routine?
I don't think this is their routine per se, but this is not... this is their thing. They literally do a Christmas show every year.
Okay.
And... if you have never seen Jinx Monsoon, but you only see her in this movie, you have to see her now because girl is looking beautiful. Okay, she is.
Well, she's just gotten so. She's such a huge star now, and I love that.
And I love her. That's it. I watched her. Oh my God! When I first saw her on the first season of RuPaul's Drag Race, and she came out during the Snatch Game doing Little Edie. I knew at that moment, I'm going, this is genius. This is brilliant. And Ben has always gotten my attention because Ben has this bubbly personality and the look. You saw that. That's Ben's look all the time. It's to the point where it would piss off Michelle Visage because she'd be like, do something else. We know you can do vintage. Do something else. But that's Ben.
What Ben wants, yeah.
But, in Drag Race, you have to show versatility.
Right.
And so that's why Michelle Visage...
Which I don't think is the best idea.
Not always,
sure.
But you need to be able to, because that's, if you can't be, to be named the top queen, you have to show this versatility. It's like any type of competition. You have to be good, a little bit good in everything. And if you're just not very good in everything, you're not going to win. And Jinxie has that. And then Jinx came...
Jinx is like the polyglot of gender.
Oh my God.
I mean, she can just jump back and forth into these roles. And it doesn't seem to affect the person who's viewing it in any way negatively.
No. So when Jinx started out on Drag Race, Jinx was masculine presenting. Couldn't think of the word.
Sure.
masculine presenting, and as a drag queen. And then I don't think, I don't remember when Jinx came back for All Stars, if they were already going through transitioning then. But it was, I know that at one point there was definitely transitioning happening, and Jinxie is Jinxie. And I call her Jinxie like she's my BFF, but I'd like to believe that we are. I like to believe that her and I could sit and have a cup of coffee and bitch about life, and I would be just beyond happy to have her as a BFF.
So, as we're speaking now, you can hear I'm excited. Mm-hmm. And I'm not excited necessarily about the content of the film. There are some aspects to it which we will talk about. But I'm excited because this is one of the few films that we have gotten to talk about that actually represents some aspect of us. Mm-hmm. So, the film is fairly significant, and it's one of the first mainstream holiday rom-coms to feature same-sex couples.
There were 4 released that year.
Yeah.
And Christmas time. So yeah, it's definitely it was the beginning of a boom.
And this film it's showing the hardship of living in a heteronormative centric world. Mm-hmm. And while it doesn't include trans people in it, except for some actors who showcase, it has a bit of everything in it.
Yes.
So you have some representation for everyone, but the story lies, or the emotional weight in everything here lies within Harper. Mm-hmm. So one of the things we're going to find out is Harper's kind of the anchor. She's the albatross to her own voyage.
Oh, definitely.
Which is horrifying. And I want to be angry at Harper.
Oh, I am.
I want to. And I was angry. I get when I'm not watching the movie, when I'm separated from it for a time, I am angry at Harper. When I watched the movie again, we should talk about this first, though.
Okay.
How did you feel the first time you saw the film? I'm so sorry.
It's okay. No, please. I'm the one who's usually derailing us. Honestly, I don't think I paid very much attention to it. I know I kept cheering on Aubrey Plaza and Kristen Stewart as being the couple that gets together, because I really, really wanted that to happen. I didn't even know that Jinx and Monsoon were in this. Jinx and Ben were in this the first time we saw it. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, those are my queens. Like I know them personally. But I didn't dislike the movie. I did like it for what it was. And I felt the book's very similar to how I felt now. I don't feel like Abby should have forgiven Harper, because I hold grudges. So,
well, we'll get into all that.
Yeah.
But how did you feel?
How did I feel
watching it? Yeah.
I mean, I felt like it was a very inclusive movie to a certain extent. There was a lot of inclusivity. Kind of dug those creepy little twins, though. I remember the first time going, little shits. Yeah. There are little shits. But yeah, that's how, I mean, yeah, again, I didn't dislike it. How did it make me feel?
Ambivalent.
Yeah, kind of ambivalent.
Okay. That's fair. Fair enough. For me, I felt kind of stunned that we had a movie that was not just about Christmas or just about LGBTQ or about LGBTQ people with Christmas way in the background, as if you're showing that it's going on and they're completely separate from it.
Yeah, no, this was definitely, Christmas was integral.
Right. This whole thing the whole movie was part of the Christmas tradition, or at least the holiday tradition. And I can accept the fact that people view this as a religious holiday, though for me it never has been.
Never has been for me
But
either.
it is about, for me, which has been instilled through movies and TV shows and, well, just rhetoric and people talking about it as a family thing. It's Christmas is for family, and I empathized greatly with the fact that Abby is missing her family. during the entire thing, Abby has to miss her family the entire time. She doesn't get a choice in that.
No.
She doesn't get to forget that her parents are gone.
Mm-hmm.
And
they passed away when she was 19.
The season reminds her constantly of that.
Yeah. She doesn't hate Christmas per se. It's just not a happy time for her like it is for other people, so she just usually avoids it.
It's a lonely time for her. So I can understand that. But for me, it was about, I was very happy to see this movie. It was, for me, very happy. I know it's unusual for me to say that was my emotion. But I was happy. I was indignant. I actually kind of flip-flopped several times. I was frustrated many times. And we'll get into that. So yeah, I went through like a deluge of different emotions.
Yes.
And I guess that's a good thing. I am oftentimes ambivalent about Christmas movies, but in this case, I was excited.
I said how I didn't feel bad for Harper. The only time I feel bad for Harper is at the end, when her sister outs her. That's when I actually feel bad for Harper, because nobody should be outed like that in front of a whole group of people at a family event that is not just family. It's your father's a politician and there are strangers in your home and you're getting outed in front of all of these people.
Well, let's talk about that. First of all, when the movie opens, she's not out. But you think she is, because as the movie is opened, they are it's Harper and Abby, and they're at their own home, which is not in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
we know it's $1,000 to get there from the parents' house back to their home.
I want to say it's like Columbia or Columbus. Maybe it's a Columbus, Ohio. I think that might be it.
Could be.
Maybe
I don't know.
I'm probably
I don't know for sure. But they are enjoying the Christmas season. Harper is.
Yes.
Abby is willing to go through the motions with her. And excitedly, Harper invites her to her parents.
Yeah.
And Abby was like, I don't know, because, she thinks that she's already come out to her parents. So this isn't an issue of that.
No.
It's more of, do I want to be around a bunch of people reminding me of my family being gone?
And if I'm going to be in a mood, why should I make everybody else in a mood?
Sure. So it's being thoughtful. Also, it's a little bit self-flagellating, where you you already feel bad, so you're going to continue finding situations to make yourself feel bad.
Yeah, I'm going to make myself feel worse. Yeah. Right,
but one of the things, and I don't want it to seem like I'm really harping on Harper, but during the first part of this, Harper interrupts Abby when she's trying to thank her for inviting her.
Yeah, because now Abby's thought it over, and she's like, you know what? I am good with parents. I'm actually kind of looking forward to this, and I'm going to do good here. I'm really, really excited about this situation.
But she shushes her.
And then, there's that.
And then climbs up the someone else's house.
Well, that was before this. I was thinking in the car when they were actually going.
No.
She hadn't invited her yet.
Yeah, I'm talking about before that.
Oh, yeah, they climb up onto it was their apartment, because there's just multiple apartments in that building.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because they were on the...
I thought they were in the other apartment next to it. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think it's the same building.
Okay.
And because when they wake up the next morning, they are on a second story. But they're not, obviously, the reindeer couple having the kinky sex in the...
Sure.
Yeah. Not sex shaming. I'm just saying they were weird.
Well, I mean, it is the season. But yeah, she shushed her, and that is for me a red flag right there. It's like someone's trying to tell you something, and you just Harper's often in her own head, trying to find different ways to make other people happy, but she's so busy in her own head, she doesn't realize she's making them miserable.
True. There's a lot of self-centeredness, but as you get to learn and see her family, you understand that they are an affluent white family, and there's probably a bit of entitlement in there. So the entitled tend to not realize that the rest of the world is not privileged to their thoughts. So they continue on. Now, I do it, but that's because I have ADHD.
Well,
and I have a conversation that I start blurting out in the middle of, but that's not because I'm trying to hurt people. I just don't remember. I just start talking. But with her, I don't think that's the case. I think it's definitely she's very focused on her own thoughts.
well, when they get down off the building after, well, Harper gets to climb down. Abby gets to fall.
She slides
That's
down.
kind of what is going to happen later on in the film.
Mm-hmm.
And Harper, I keep saying she, but Harper invites Abby to go with her to her family on an impulse because she's having a good time and because she's feeling, giddy and everything. And she has not thought this through at all.
No.
So then you see that afterwards, when the high comes down of being like exhilarated, now she has to deal with the fact that, well, she has not come out and she really doesn't plan on coming out to her family.
But the thing is she doesn't tell Abby until they're in the car driving.
Oh, I know.
And so that's not when you tell somebody that there might be a problem and that maybe you shouldn't be coming along. And that because I haven't told my parents that I am gay. No, you should have told her that way before. And you definitely should have told her before you got in the car. Because Abby, before all of that happens, she goes out with John and she takes John with her to the jewelry store to buy the engagement ring that she had purchased. Because she was going to propose at Christmas.
Right, but it's not even that. She also lied about it. She didn't just not come out. She lied about coming out.
Because she said her family was okay about it.
Right.
And they didn't even know. And she's like, well, you told me that you already told your parents and they were good. And she's like, I didn't. So that's kind of messed up there.
Throughout the film and at every turn, it seems like she has maneuvered Abby into a position of a diminished power.
Oh, yes.
In order to maintain control.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's not always her fault. It's just that a lot of times that's how Abby ends up, but that is taken full advantage of in a lot of cases, usually by dismissing the fact that she's in a diminished role.
Yes.
And instead of acknowledging it and just moving the seating.
Yes.
At the restaurant where she has the lowest sitting seat because it's an odd seat out. Instead of just changing with her, she asks her, do you want me to change? Putting Abby on the spot, knowing she's not going to, the reason why she asked her if she wanted to come, she thought she would say no.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, because think about it. You know damn well, if we were in a situation like that, and you asked me, do you want me to switch places with you? I would be like, well, you know what? I would say no.
Right.
So you would have to take the initiative and basically pull the chair out from underneath me to get me to move so that way we could switch places.
Yeah, the difference is I would ask you, you would say no, and I go, okay, and then I get up and move you. Because I know that you're just not wanting to do it because you don't want to cause an issue. And it's called knowing your partner well enough to know.
She does not know how to read Abby at all.
Yeah. I tell you, this movie it reminds me, and I knew it before, but it reminded me how much I like Kristen Stewart. How much I really like her ability to be herself in a role.
Yes.
And I think you can see a lot of her in that role. And I think that is, for me, very endearing. And I thought, she gets such a bad rap for a lot of things.
Yeah. No,
and she emotes in this film. She is very much present in this film.
And her and Aubrey Plaza have more chemistry, I think, than her and Mackenzie Davis, who, talking about smell-alikes, is I kept thinking she reminded me of Dakota Johnson. Through the whole movie, I kept thinking she just had her mannerisms and just certain things about her. Yeah. Mackenzie Davis.
Oh, Mackenzie Davis. I thought you were saying Aubrey Plaza.
No, but the smell-alike thing. No, Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, there is no Aubrey Plaza in this world other than Aubrey Plaza. Again, the goddess.
So, yeah, I think that this is a lot about family. I mean, this is a family film. It is about family.
Oh, yeah. But it's about a different, instead of it being like a family film, like in the traditional sense, to me, it does embody the modern family, because it does have the traditional aspect of Harper's family, but throwing in people like Abby and Riley, and then later on John, and then having Joan just existing in that family, to me, it is definitely shows a modern. And I am the oldest, but yet I relate to Jane. Oh my God, I want to call her Joan. Jane in such a deep way, because she's a lot more verbal about it than I was in my family, but I was that weirdo. I am that weirdo.
Invisible, but also the one that was discounted and pushed to the side.
But also whenever there's a problem, the one that, has to come and fix it.
Right.
Hoping
that you would gain some notice or some love or anything. Yeah.
But then like she painted that picture for the white elephant, and she put 100 hours into that picture. It was a beautiful picture of the downtown area of their town, and it was destroyed like that, like nothing,
by her own sisters. Yeah.
And that I felt that, because it
would have been better if they'd done it out of fury at her, but they just did it because it was a convenient article to hit each other with.
And again, I feel that. I feel that having something that you love and you put a lot of effort into, just being just easily dismissed by people who should care about the things that you're doing.
Yeah.
But,
it is a family film, but it's a family film with coming out.
Yes.
It's a coming out film. It's a lot of things. It's a how to kill your relationship in 5 hours.
Oh, basically, yeah.
It is how to fix your relationship in 3 days. It is listen to Aubrey Plaza and maybe you'll learn something, bitch. It's a lot of things. And I think to a lot of people it's going to mean different things, but overall it means acceptance.
Yes.
Sometimes it's about accepting someone for who they are, and sometimes it's accepting people for the mistakes they make.
Yes.
And that we're not perfect. And what I really loved is that the family themselves, and I don't think we're going to be breaking anything here because this is an older movie. Mm-hmm. Not old, but
it's 5 years.
6 years old now. And in the end, the parents accept everything because they are flawed. Mm-hmm. They're not mad at her for being gay. They're mad at her for lying to them.
Yeah.
Abby's mad because Harper lied. But I think that they accept their children, all the flaws of their other children as well. Mm-hmm. Sloane, who...
Her marriage has fallen apart.
Yeah, and has lied about that, has tried to keep this perfect marriage intact.
And her little klepto twins.
Right. And then, you have the crazy one who has done nothing except be exuberantly crazy, which I think she's great.
So I love her. But what I think is very, very funny is when, after Harper has come out and the dad, Ted, he goes upstairs because he just can't deal with it because he's not wrapped his head around it. Because this is pretty much ended not ended his political career, but ended the endorsement from this one person that he was looking for. That was Anna Gasteier's character.
I mean, you get the idea that may be what he's actually going through, but...
Well, because she says to him, I'm looking at your family, da-da-da-da-da. But then she ends up, I will... if you do a public apology or something like that, then, I'll back you up. And he doesn't tell his family this, but then he's like, oh no, it didn't work out. So, because he didn't want to tell them what he gave up and what he wasn't willing to do, because he knew that they would have all been like, oh no, we'll
well, yeah, because she wanted Harper, the woman he's trying to like woo for this position.
Yeah.
She says if Harper can keep don't ask, don't tell, and keep quiet, then it will be fine. And you understand at the end that he turned that down.
Yeah, but he's a little just trying to, sort it out in his head. But it was what Mary Steenburgen said when she goes to the room. She says to him, we put a lot of pressure on Sloane, and we put a lot of pressure on Harper, wanting them to be, the best that they can be. But we kind of gave up on Jane because when she was in pre-K and she wouldn't stop biting people. And all I could think of is, I have kids like that.
But, she is
Not biters, but
overactive. She obviously has issues, but none of them are detrimental. She's a good person.
And she just wants to tell her story because
Sure.
she has this whole fictional world in her head that she's been trying. She tells everybody she
For
meets
10
about
years
it.
she's been writing it.
And I get that as well, because I also have had this world in my head that I have yet to get down paper. And John, at the end of the movie, you see them sitting together and she's telling him all about it and he's invested. So that way, at the end, the year later, they wrote that book together. He's right there. She wrote it
and he helped her.
Yeah, and
get
I
it
think
out
she
there.
she needed to have somebody like John in her corner
To believe in her.
to bounce off ideas with. It's hard to write. So yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Use your writing, but yeah.
So there's a couple of areas, and again, this is going to be like a Harper bash thing, but there are a lot of things that happen that make me not happy with Harper, but understanding that she does love Abby.
Oh, she does.
It's not about not loving her. It's about being mindful of the fact that Abby has always been out. She told her parents a long time ago.
Yeah.
In order to go to this event, she has to go back into a closet that Abby didn't get to decide. She decided to do it. Sure, she agreed to it.
But it wasn't really what she wanted, and it's not how she should have been. She shouldn't have been forced back in.
Right. And in order to keep her relationship, she kind of felt she had to. That is a lot of pressure. But there's more than that. The issue with Harper, I think, is that she seems to have chemistry with her ex.
Oh, yeah.
And she doesn't seem to have an issue displaying that chemistry, knowing full well that she is forcing Abby to be in this closet.
And in front of Abby, too. And that's got to be heartbreaking for her. She knew she was going to propose to her. Our Harper didn't know, but Abby has this ring, that she had planned on proposing, and then she's seeing her with this man, touching on his arm and laughing and talking, and she can't do that with her. She can't share those moments with her in public because it would be seen as too much. It would be seen as gay, even though literally people don't think you're gay if they think you're friends. I'm not trying to defend the whole hiding thing, but they both act like idiots in how they hide around their family, and instead of just acting casual, they're sneaking around and hiding.
It becomes very high school.
Yeah, and it's just nobody is going to look at this in anything other than what it is if you make it into something else. I've spent many nights sleeping with best friends, sleeping literally next to them in their bed, because that's just, we were talking up, late at night, and then that's just what happened.
Yeah.
And just, that would have made sense too.
Yeah.
If they spent every single night in one room or the other just chilling and talking, nobody would have questioned it.
I think it was more the point of Harper's parents were supposed to be super critical. And wanted everything a very certain way.
Yes. I also hated that every time Abby would text her, "I love you," she wouldn't respond. And then when she did, it was like a heart emoji.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll hit you every time.
It's just, let's put it this way, the red flag dude on TikTok, he would have had a field day with this.
So, I don't know, man. Here, my issue is with Harper, but mainly my issue is kind of the undeniable chemistry, like you said, between Abby and Riley, and it having there was no conclusion to it, and you just feel like you've been left. The film ends it's fine. It ends just right. Everybody's happy, everybody's loving, everybody's going to have a good life. But it is so straight-coded rom-com.
Oh, definitely.
It's so straight-coded rom-com that you forget that there's any gay in the movie during that scene where they're all happy and everything's good. And it's like I don't understand. I don't know how to define the problem I'm having.
The problem I'm having is the fact that she has to come out to her family, like Harper, okay? The fact that she has to anyway, regardless. Why do we have to do that? Why can't... When... Only one of our children has ever come to me and told me that they were gay. And that was... I mean, a long, long time ago. But our other one who swings both ways, they never said anything. It just was a fact, a matter of fact.
And we never questioned it.
Because when the first one came out to us, which was younger than the oldest, obviously the oldest, I was like, you don't have to tell me this. I don't care in the sense that it's not going to change my feelings towards my child. The fact that we live in a society that no straight child goes to their parents and tells them that they are straight. Why do gay children feel that they have to? Because of society. I know why they feel they have to. But you shouldn't have to tell people about the people that you care for, or the people that you're attracted to. You should be able to just be who you are. But we have society won't let us to do things like that. It's like, it makes me angry when people have babies and they're like, they're best friends or they're just, they're in a play group and it's a boy and a girl baby and they're playing and they're like, oh, they're going to get married someday. No. Why are you pushing heteronormativity on these babies? Or
why are you pushing any relationship on children? Or
the little boys' t-shirts that say lady killer or something like that.
Yeah.
So you're pushing that on a child. That's not fair. First thing, that is sexualization in a weird way. And you can be pissy about it or not and don't agree with me, but I think that is obnoxious. Children should be children and shouldn't be, my daddy won't let me date or any of the stupid shit that I've seen on t-shirts. These are babies and they don't have that thought in their head and it shouldn't matter. Do you know who plays with my baby dolls the most in my class? The baby boys, the little boys. I've got 4 and 5-year-olds who play with baby dolls. So it shouldn't matter. And that's what thing that bothered me about this movie is the whole thing is about outing yourself or being outed. And it shouldn't even really have to be a thing.
Mine was that it kind of devolved into this safe area of the straight rom-com. Instead of, I don't know, maybe taking the riskier move. And I'm not trying to fault Clea or what's her name?
Mary,
because I keep wanting to say Molly.
I know, Mary Holland.
I'm not faulting them for their writing because this is how they envisioned it, and that's what happened. But for me, it made more sense that Abby left Harper because Harper was not ready to come out, was not able to make that sacrifice for herself, not for Abby. She should not ever have been doing it for Abby, but she did. In the end, when she came out, it wasn't for her. She did it for Abby first, then rolled herself into that.
Yeah, and it shouldn't
that's
have
not
been that
healthy.
Way. No, it's not.
But see, now Abby and Riley could have developed a relationship outside of this family with her own family. Maybe we see that in the next film or whatever, but for them to have a relationship, and I'm not saying it because I want them to be together, I'm saying it because it was a natural progression.
They had
in the gay community, it's a natural progression.
Their their relationship, even though it was very, they met a couple times and hung out a couple times, and ended up like hanging out at the parties together because they all were in the same running circles. But they had it was a very easy flow. Relationships shouldn't be forced. They shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be. I hate when people say that it's hard to be in a relationship. I don't find it hard. I mean, I have found it hard in the past, but those were the relationships that I shouldn't have been in, and they were not good. But when it flows, yeah, there are times where you're going to have issues. There's going to be times where you're going to fight and you're not going to agree on everything. But in general, in the whole, why be with somebody that you have to fight so hard and stress so hard over?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to harp on Harper.
No, because honestly, I think Abby's wrong in the sense that she should have walked away and kept walking.
Sure.
That was a bad situation.
I think even if she didn't go to Riley, she should have left for her own benefit. I think it would have sucked. Mm-hmm. It would have been not the happiest season. But I think that it just was unfair for everyone in that. Well, first of all, Sloane was Sloane, right? Yeah, mm-hmm. Sloane is the one who outed Harper in the first place.
She shouldn't have done that.
So Harper may not have ever come out on her own.
No.
And you know what? That still would have been valid for her.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was her decision. That would have been her decision to stay in the closet forever. Not everybody has to come out. You don't have to come out to be gay. You just have to come out to be happy.
And Abby walking away at that moment would have been valid as well, because I am out. I am free. I can't go back in the closet and be somebody's dirty little secret.
Sure.
And that's what it would have become if she had not been outed, if Harper had not been outed.
But that's the thing about Riley is she already went through this, mm-hmm. and she feels for Abby. Yeah, because
she had dated Harper.
Right.
Back in the
She's
day.
already had this happen from the person that Abby is having it happen to.
Mm-hmm.
So she's getting this. She's at the side again. Abby keeps getting shunted to the side mm-hmm. every time, as if she doesn't matter. Almost like they do for Jane.
Yes.
And that they're not acknowledging her. And instead of talking to her, they do the wasp thing of just not mentioning it.
So let's talk about the Mary Steenburgen of it all. I did not like this role for her. I have always loved her as the sweet and kind woman. You know, she usually plays roles that are, and I could be wrong, but I only remember her as ever playing.
Who she is in the end of this film is much better than who she is throughout all of the rest of the film.
In the rest of the film, she reminds me a lot of my ex-mother-in-law. It's all about how we portray ourselves to the public. We used to have this saying when it came to my ex-mom-in-law was, as long as we look good for church. You know, it didn't matter what was going on, as long as when we went to church, we were the perfect portrayal of a family. And that kind of that's like the picture when they're taking the Christmas picture, and Abby's she asks Abby to take the picture, not be in the picture, for one thing. And Abby's like, say Christmas, and she goes, no, let's just smile. Let's not do that. Just smile, because she doesn't want anybody because if you say Christmas, everyone's going to be doing this different things at the same time.
Right.
And she wanted it to be a perfect picture. And then she criticized the pictures that Abby took, she's not a professional photographer, but she had, blurry, this one's out of focus, this one, da-da-da.
And not just that they were, but that she said it out loud as she went through them, right next to Abby. Who did her the favor.
Yes. And so they were very, and they give her this room in the basement and then walk in constantly.
With no lock on it.
Yeah. And it's Grand Central Station. It shouldn't matter that they're storing stuff in that room. You have a person in your house, you should offer them the respect of
knocking and waiting until they say it's okay.
But they knock and then immediately open the door, and it's like there's a lot of entitlement.
I have a bear in here.
Yeah.
I mean, what if there was a bear? They would have been killed.
Shit. You don't know how much control I've got over this bear. You open that door, it's going to rip your head off. Damn, woman. So no, it was very upsetting, her character.
I mean, at the start. At the end, she does pull everything back in.
Yeah.
She's not fully out of the wasp nest.
No, because you can't shake that stuff.
But she is, she's trying to be better. And so is her husband.
Yes. Yeah, no, Dad does, Ted, he does do better. He just needs to, for him, I get it. He's just got to adjust.
I think they just didn't realize. That's the thing, is they've been doing it so long, they didn't realize that they were doing these things.
Mm-hmm.
And if the kids had maybe, and it shouldn't be on them, but if the kids had sat down and said, look, we cannot keep competing with each other, and you need to stop making us compete.
Yeah,
then
much.
Maybe all of this would have been resolved way before this. So I want to make sure that we don't vilify Harper.
Yes.
Harper is not the villain of the piece. She is a victim like everyone else in this film. You're a victim of your own ignorance, and you're a victim of your own fears.
Mm-hmm.
Harper is a victim of her fear.
Yes.
She is afraid of losing her parents. I know what that's like. My parents died. I never came out to them. I did not give them the chance to reject me, because it is much easier just to stay quiet and let everybody go. And then once they're gone, you can say, oh, I never got a chance to tell them. Yeah. Well, I did have a chance. I had chances my entire life. And I will always regret that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I will always find excuses for why I did it. My mother had lung cancer, and she was trying to survive that. So I didn't want to add any pressure to her. But she was in my house. She was in my home. We got married because and when we got married, I had to present as someone I wasn't when we did it, because I didn't say the words.
True.
And so I guess in a way, I'm Harper.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that you're Harper per se, but it is hard to not say something. But conversely, sometimes it is hard to say something.
Well, that's the thing, is we're all at one time or another, we're either Harper or Abby.
Yeah.
There have been times where I've been Abby.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least I felt like I was Abby, especially during the early times where when I came out, and I felt like you were hiding me. And it may not be the case, but it doesn't have to be true to have that feeling.
No, and in the earlier, and we've talked about this since then, but for me, it was not my place to tell people about you, because it was you coming out slowly to family and to job and to the world. And so it seemed like maybe I was hiding you, but really in my head, I was protecting you. In my mind, it was me trying to protect you and letting you do it at your pace. And it still wasn't my place to come out and say, oh, well, Beth is blah, blah, blah. And it was not, again, that's how it came out as me hiding, but it really wasn't. It was me trying to do it in a protective way.
I mean,
like, I was getting pissy with people, like, straight out. Like, I mean, people would ask, when our oldest, he blabbed to my parents, and my mom comes right at me, and she's like, is this true? And I'm like, no, because it wasn't my place to tell her, and you weren't at that place yet to say something. So I didn't have a problem doing that, because I wasn't going to let anything get in the way of your esteem. That's it, like your self-esteem, because I was afraid that someone was going to find out before you were at that point and then knock you back.
I mean,
and that's what, that was how I logicked it in my head. So again, that's not how it may have been, but that's what I logicked it.
It is much harder for a trans woman to come out and then be accepted for coming out than it is to be gay and say you're gay and then be accepted as gay, because no one's going, well, you don't look gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're like, well, you don't look like a woman, because everybody's got this misogynist idea of what a woman should look like.
Yeah.
And if you don't present exactly how they believe, And it's subjective. Everyone sees someone, like womanhood differently when they look at someone. So they're judging them, well, that's a masculine. Oh, I don't think that's masculine. I think that's very feminine. Everyone's got a different idea. But gay is a very straight analogy. You know, you're gay because you like the same sex or you are attracted to the same presentation. But for trans people, we have to, if we don't conform in any way, and believe me, I enjoy conforming to who I am because I haven't been who I am for many years. But they don't have this issue in this story.
Yeah.
And Harper is so afraid. She is so desperate to keep her father and mother's love and to keep kind of the sibling, like, it's not really love so much as rivalry, but to keep their respect as her place among her peers.
Yeah.
That she's not willing to come out.
Yeah, and there's anger there because Harper is a journalist, and their father tends to lean on her or try to show her off or bring her around to other politicians and people of importance. And Sloane had, I guess she was
an attorney.
She was an attorney, and then her and her husband decided after they had the twins to sell. Mom kept saying gift baskets, but it was these like cultivated,
elaborate gift baskets.
Really.
Wooden vessels.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was just some fancy bougie shit. But she, I guess, took that, like her parents, I guess they did. They kind of looked down on that. And Harper became the number one. And so it really put a wedge between Harper and Sloane. And Jane just was oblivious. Not oblivious, but just happy to be there. You know, hey guys, I got invited. Because, like, she doesn't get pissed when the dad's saying, no, there's a problem with the internet. She just gets flustered with the internet. So there's, Jane just doesn't seem to have the guile to be upset about it. But yet, especially with that painting, that was like her final straw. I love when the guy starts to hit on Abby at the bar. And she's like, I'm not interested. And all of a sudden, Jane slides in between them. And she's like, I am. So, I mean, wasn't he there later on, too? He was there.
Oh, no, he might have been.
Yeah, he was in a scene at one point.
I don't think I really noticed whether he was or not.
I just remember seeing a beard. He had a beard.
But I appreciate that Riley was there to help Abby. She wasn't there. She wasn't there to down Abby.
Nope.
Or to warn her away.
No,
from Harper. She was not there to, try to get into their relationship.
Nope.
She was just there to be a friend, and that was good. Also,
a friend that you could see she was kind of hoping would go further, but also not going to push it because she knew Abby loved Harper, so she wasn't going to push herself as a go-between. But she was going to let Abby be the shoulder that she was going to be the shoulder that Abby needed if she needed it, just have somebody to vent to. And then she was going to give her side of it. Now, was there ulterior motives? I mean, there might have been, but she's not being really.
So I didn't see that.
She's not being very conniving. She's just being like, but they go to a gay bar. I mean, that's where Jinxie and Ben are in that scene. And it's like, so Abby's supposed to hang out with Harper and Harper's friends after this dinner that she had been uninvited to.
Because she did not steal a necklace at a mall.
That the twins, the shits. I literally wrote, the twins are shits. They stuck one in her bag when she wasn't looking, and she got caught out for shoplifting. And it is bullshit, because if they had just looked at the camera, they would have seen that she didn't steal it.
Yeah.
But they did not. They were just assholes. But so while they're at that dinner, she goes to hang out with Riley, and they go to the gay bar, and that's where they really talk a lot about her relationship with Harper. But then you get to see Jinxie and Ben de la Creme. But then Harper texts her and says, hey, we're meeting at this other bar, and she goes there, and it is like just like the polar opposite.
Yeah, she went from a gay bar where everything is hopping
and kind of divish and kind of dark, and and the lights are warm, and then you go to this other bar where everything is streamlined and very, very clean and very cold. Everything's gray and steel and black, and
right.
There's definitely a polar opposite of and if you go for symbolism,
and it's a whole bunch of white people.
A lot of white people. But if you're into symbolism, there's your symbolism, people.
Well, there's a lot in this film.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it gave Abby breaks to be with Riley, who is another open lesbian.
Yes.
She is out. She is not apologetic about it. She did her penance back in the day where she came out and she was obviously vilified.
And she was outed because of Harper.
Right.
So when they were they were dating, somebody found out about it, and Harper was like, "No, I'm not gay. Riley's gay." And
she won't leave me alone.
And so she kind of got vilified in school and kicked out of their group and basically treated like shit.
Like a leper.
Yeah. And like even early on in the movie, when Mary Steenburgen is talking about, all of Harper's old friends, and she's like, and Riley is going to be at this party. Too bad about, her poor family and what they have to, deal with her. Like,
and she's a doctor.
She's a doctor. But because she's a lesbian, that's the problem. So that's part of why Harper didn't want to say anything, people,
Well, she didn't, it wasn't her place.
No, Harper should not have outed Riley.
Right. But Harper knew what would happen now. She saw the results of coming out. But it wasn't her family.
Nope.
She was basing it on how her friends reacted, which she should get better friends.
Yeah, and also when you're that young and you're that, I've said it before, people, your brain doesn't fully develop before the age of 25, so you're gonna say and do some stupid shit.
I think this film speaks to me a lot. I think I'm going to say it is my favorite Christmas movie that's about Christmas. And it is because there's this LGBT representation, but because the themes, they're so readily identifiable to me.
Yeah.
And I understand the fear that Harper goes through. I understand the fear and the sadness and the feelings of betrayal and abandonment that Abby goes through. Mm-hmm. The many times that Abby tries to leave, she probably should have left.
Oh, definitely.
And if in real life, she would have been alone at that point and making her way back home. Mm-hmm. Because no one comes racing after you. That is a movie thing.
Yes.
No one ever comes looking for you to tell you they're sorry after you've left. They're going to call you later and try to apologize, but they're not going to chase after you.
No.
Like Harper chased after Abby to apologize to Abby.
Yeah. One of the things I loved about this movie, though, was John is pet sitting. And I guess there's a couple different pets, but the one that we know the most about is the fish, which she hasn't been gone for 2 days, and that fish died.
I know. Like, it couldn't even subsist on its own body fat because John killed it.
And so he's like, I really like this fish. He's on the phone with her. He's like, I really like this fish. Where did you get it? If I wanted to buy one for myself. And then, like, the next time she's on the phone with him, he's in the pet store buying a fish because he killed the other one.
Well, you see him scooping it out and throwing it into the commode.
Yeah, so, he's not a good pet sitter. But when she calls him upset about the whole situation and how she can't leave because it's going to cost $1,000 to get home, he beats feet and he goes right there to her.
Well, he doesn't say I'm coming.
Nope,
he
doesn't
says,
tell her.
I'm going to have a think on this, and hangs up. And she's like, what the hell?
And then he's there that night.
But then you find out, because you think he's too aloof for this and he's not going to do anything. The first time I saw the film, I'm like, oh, well, he's out of the film now. Mm-hmm. But he didn't. He's a human being.
Yep.
And instead of acting like the stereotypical, the straight-centric stereotype they have where the friend doesn't come to your rescue.
Yeah.
He does. He does it instead.
And what I also think is funny is in the beginning when he's first introduced, he keeps looking at his phone and they're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I left a guy at my house from last night and I'm tracking him to make sure he leaves." And I'm like, bitch, I wish I had thought of this. That's like, wow, back in the day, that would have been fun. I mean, I didn't do that, but
I don't even know
I
if
might
that's
have
a
done it then.
possibility.
Didn't know it was a thing. I'm not when we were younger, but my God, would have been more promiscuous. But then again, I never had my own place, so there you go. So he goes to Pittsburgh and he goes straight to the party. And once again, my ex-mother-in-law shows up. And she's like, "Well, I would have loved to have known you were coming."
Because she thinks it's Abby's act.
But even then, she still was like, I would have been nice if I known you were coming, as though Abby knew.
Right.
Like she planned it the whole entire time. And yeah, so she's just a bitch. She's just a bitch. But he comes there, and if I were Abby, I would have been like, I will send a letter to get my clothes. Let's go.
Yeah. So I think one of the things with Harper is that through, I don't know, 3/4 of the film, except for the very start of it and the very end, she feels like a tourist. It feels like she is gay because she thought that would be cool to do.
Yeah.
Because she seems to slip, and she could just be bi.
Yeah.
They don't actually detail, how her attractions work.
No.
She seems more bisexual than just lesbian.
Yeah.
Because lesbian is a direct thing, and bi has, the ability to see attraction in two different genders.
And she did have a boyfriend that she seemed to care about because obviously they did have chemistry.
Sure.
She broke up with him because of the distance, but I feel like she broke up with him because she met Abby.
Yeah, and to be fair, she did not declare herself a lesbian. She
No.
declared herself as gay, and bi is gay.
But that was her sister called her a lesbian.
Right. Because there's not really they don't really delineate between the different attractions in this film.
No.
You're just gay or you're not.
Yeah.
It's an on and off situation for them. At least for this family.
Yeah.
Which is probably true to life because they're a white cishet family.
Yeah.
They have no things to draw from to tell them, that there's a bisexual. They probably don't even know what LGBTQ stands for.
No.
Much less know the variations within.
No.
That there's a spectrum within all of us.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's definitely, and like, another red flag is when Sloane outs her, and then she's like, "I'm not a lesbian," and she says it right in front of Abby, and it's like, you could see Abby's heartbreak.
Yeah, she had that moment. She had that moment to just come clean.
Yep.
But instead of doing that, she took a pause, and then she called Sloane a liar.
And did exactly what she had done to Riley.
Right. The very same thing. And that is where you see Abby's heart drop. I mean, before she was hurt several times during this whole film. But at this point, she was just done. And that is where it should have ended in reality.
Yeah. I mean, and granted, when she does, quote unquote, forgive Harper, she doesn't like whip out that ring. She does, you get the impression that she has waited a year before she,
Yeah.
But it's
still
6
months.
Wasn't it? I thought it was a year later, 6 months.
Well, it was a year later when we see the ring on her. Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that she moved in 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah. No, I was talking about like at the end of the movie, how she was like, okay, I'm going to have to really, we're going to have to work on this.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, that year later, she has the engagement ring on. Harper's wearing the engagement ring. So, yeah, again, they had to work on that. And you get the impression that they did. I would have a hard time. I mean, I guess if he cares for somebody enough, but I would really, really have a hard time because I would feel like they were just constantly just not happy with me, no matter how much I was.
Yeah, because what is it about you that they just don't want to be? But that's the thing, though. She should not have. It is true that Harper should not have come out for Abby.
No.
But it's denying that was on top of denying who she is, denying her love for Abby. At the same time, it was a twofold thing. I can see that. I understand that. I get why Abby was hurt and why Harper feels like the villain right then.
Yeah.
But I do think that, when you're forced out, you're not ready to be out. That's your choice. Yeah. That's not just your choice. It's also when you're the most comfortable doing it. Some people never come out. We have a coming out day. It's not a day for people to come out. It's a day to acknowledge that coming out exists, that you have the option. That's what it means. You have the option to come out. There are people who care about you no matter what you are. So coming out and being yourself is okay. And that's all that's saying.
Yep.
But she chose not to come out right then. And that's fine. She could have done it in a less hurtful way to Abby.
Yes.
She brought her there almost as if she was expecting this whole thing to happen. Why would you bring the person you love
into such a hostile environment?
Into an environment isn't just hostile, it's unknowing.
But you're right. She did ask her, thinking she was going to say no.
Sure.
But she took her sweet time in backpedaling. She could have done
on
it
the car ride there, but that's again, she put her in that power of position, that position of power. She had all the power. She was driving the car.
Yep.
So it's not like, Abby couldn't just get out and walk away. She had to argue with Riley. She had to argue with Harper, and Harper was the one that had the car.
Yeah.
So what the hell else was she going to do? She, for more reason than anything else, it's just I have no ride home. I guess I'm just going to go with you to this.
Yes.
And she keeps getting put in that position. She is in the basement. She's in that little chair. She is shunted to the side. She is ignored at both parties.
Yep.
By, her love.
Yes.
These are things where it's not just the red flag, it's you feel abandoned. She already felt abandoned. I have abandonment issues. We all know.
Oh, yeah.
But I would have been a wreck.
Oh, my God.
During all of this.
I would have been sick. I would have been having such flashbacks to again, there was a lot of my mother-in-law and my mother-in-law's family. So at my ex-husband's family was pretty big. Not their immediate family, but they had aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff like that. So we were at one of his cousins' weddings. And this cousin, now that part of the family, very, very, very much rich, very affluent. But the couple who were getting married, they were really down to earth. They were nothing like, so I don't want to say their names, but that aunt and uncle, while very rich, didn't come from money. So they had a very grounding personality. They're very welcoming, always loved going to see them. Their kids were cool. So when their oldest got married, the wedding was pretty laid back, and it was at this beautiful circular room in the middle of the wetlands. It was just this beautiful venue. Her maid of honor had green underarm hair and the lesbian symbol on the back of her neck. That was the friends thing. So at one point, they're out there dancing to the Love Machine. James Brown, they're doing that. It was a fun wedding. For me and my ex, who were always the black sheep, it was nice to be with a group of people that were not. But unfortunately, we had to pretend that we were part of the upstanding, adults. So we felt very uncomfortable in the opposite sense, where we couldn't really be ourselves, but we really appreciated the people around us. But we were sitting there, and my ex-sister-in-law, she's like, "Did you notice all the tattoos?" And this is before I actually had one. And they're like, oh my God, yeah, did you see all the tattoos? And they were like joking about how this one had this tattoo and that one had that tattoo. And my ex-sister-in-law and her husband at that time were both doctors. And he was a heart doctor and she was a kidney doctor. And they were joking about, oh, I should get a heart tattooed and I should get a pair of kidneys tattooed. And literally with me sitting right there, not like an aside, not whispered, we shouldn't talk like this because Michelle will actually go out and get one.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very like...
That was a nice judgy call.
I know.
But you did.
I did, but that was... And I was so feeling good about myself that day. I had this beautiful black dress that had... it was when Madonna did Evita. And it had that kind of a style to it, that 40s, but very fitted. And I thought I looked awesome. I had a big red flower in my hair. And I was just thinking I just pulled it off for the straights. Apparently it wasn't good enough. So yeah, that was kind of my like beginning of my end on trying to please that family.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a big thing, but
they're all big things when they're hitting you personally.
Yeah. And I like, I have no problem with tattoos, but they were talking shit about the chick with the green underarm hair. And I mean, it was just like, you know what, just shut the fuck up and let people be people.
That's the thing I appreciated about Abby is that she was, despite all these things and the pain that she was going through all of this, she was still very strong.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't break down. Sure, she cried. A lot of people cry.
Yeah.
People cry all the time. She had tears. But she was still coherent. She was still doing her thing. She still went shopping for a white elephant gift when this is like, she didn't even know she was going to be there.
Yeah.
She was planning on leaving.
And also, if you notice, like the first time that when they first go to that first dinner with the awkward chair, when they went to go pose for the pictures, Abby turns around and she sees Harper wearing that dress, and she looks at her and she's like, that dress? And she's like, it was a Christmas present. And her dress was very similar to both of her sisters.
Right.
She changed how she even presented. And I know that because I have done that, but she changed her looks to appease her family. And Abby doesn't change. She could have done like I did and tried to appeal to the family.
Right.
By doing her hair differently or, wearing different clothes. But she didn't. And she didn't have to. And I honestly envy her strength in that, of not trying to conform to appease the people that you're trying to impress. Because in a way she was. I think
that's a very good point.
She's not trying to impress them, but knowing that these could possibly be your future in-laws.
But she was trying to impress them with her voice. She was trying to talk to them and get to know them, and to find some way of, I don't know,
relating.
Yeah, relating
finding
to
something to have in common.
Some commonalities or some emotional attachment in which she can ingratiate herself to them. Honestly, Abby's a very honest person.
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't come to things through guile or through disguise. She comes at you very openly.
And she did the thing that I love. She did it. She kept trying to clear her name about the stolen necklace. And that, to me, I love that. Because so many times in movies and in TV shows, something happens, it's integral, it's cataclysmic, blah, 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 blah. But then we never speak of it again.
Yeah.
But she kept bringing it up because she kept trying to clear her name. Regardless of whether she was innocent or not, I get that feeling of wanting people to understand, I did not do this. I'm already an over-explainer. If you're listening, you know. And obviously Beth knows because she's been married to me for way too long. I over-explain. My poor TA has heard my life story, and every time I have a new part of it, she goes, wow. Because I really need to write my weird-ass story. But I always think that no one would actually care. But that's the thing, is just that need to be understood. I'm not this person you are thinking that I am. You need to see the person that I really am. And that was, her bringing that necklace up again. She tried so many times to get people to just be like, I don't know what happened.
Right. I think there are a lot of reasons to love this film.
Mm-hmm.
And not just for the LGBTQ people.
It's complex.
I think that white cishet people can enjoy this film. There's not a lot of color other than white in this. There's a little bit.
There is some color. I will give it this much. It has a slight bit more people. I'm not saying this right. There are a few extra people of color than there are in Tremors.
I mean, kind of, yeah.
So we have the political girl, the curly hair, the one who's kissing the husband. Sure. So she's East Indian of some form, right? Maybe,
I believe so.
She's got the very brown skin, but she's just, well, she struck me as very beautiful. And since
I don't think we need to break it all down.
No, but I'm just saying, I think I have this thing, I think East Indian women are just so beautiful. So immediately that's what she made me think of. Because she's very pretty. And so, I mean, yeah, there are a mix of different races.
No, I was talking
There's just
about,
not that many.
Yeah, I was talking about like overall in the film, the principal characters. Yeah.
Sloane being in an interracial marriage and having mixed children. That's a big thing, though, considering he's a politician, and her daddy's a politician and a white politician at that. And then to know that, that's a big thing in politics. You don't want, they're muddying the water, whatever. Fucking racists.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry, I deal with that shit all the time.
Let's see how this film does with the Castellini test.
Dun, dun, dun.
There have to be at least 2 named women characters with at least 5 lines of dialogue each.
Everybody in this cast but 3.
It's quite a bit.
Yes.
Those characters must have a conversation not necessarily with the other woman, either not about their partner or with their partner, future or current, and not about their relationship. That's going to be a hard one.
That's going to be hard because everything is about relationships. And everything is really about Riley and Abby's relationship. Except for when they talk politics. And when Riley and Abby are talking. Did I say Riley and Abby? I meant Harper and Abby. Wishful thinking. Riley and Abby talk about Riley and Harper's relationship. No, that doesn't count.
Yeah. It's going to be difficult.
It is very difficult. They talk about Christmas. They talk about Christmas parties. Oh, yes. Riley tells her all about the party that she goes to every year with her family. And then...
Yeah, so we have a lot of talk about family. I think we can get around... There are going to be a lot of relationship talks.
Yeah, there's more relationships.
There's been at least one conversation in which they're not talking about their direct relationship.
Yes.
So at least one of the women has to be integral to the plot, meaning that if she were written out of the film, it could not reach the same ending.
Well, yeah, because if Abby wasn't there, it wouldn't have the same ending. If Harper wasn't there, there wouldn't really be a reason for Abby to be there anyway.
Yeah. So
definitely.
It passes.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a feminist film?
I do. I think so. I do think so, because while there are heteronormative issues, it's not putting men over women or women over men.
I will beg to differ on that one.
In the sense of
the father is definitely he's definitely a patriarchal figure.
But he's also he's so focused on his career that he's not really involved.
But that's the entire thing of patriarchy, is they're dismissed because he's busy doing things.
That is true. And it is really kind of up to what's her face's oh my gosh, Tipper's.
Yeah, Tipper.
She runs everything. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't really thinking of the older people in the movie. I was actually thinking of the younger people in the movie.
Well, I want to take them as a whole. So, do you think it's a feminist film overall? Now, for me, I would say that in the area of the feminist movement, I would say that yes, it is a feminist film. Mm-hmm. Because though there is a patriarchy, obviously, because he's in charge of his house, even though Tipper runs it, Ted is the one who is in charge of it all. Mm-hmm. And the girls, his daughters, are always trying to live up to his expectations.
True.
The difference is that Ted acknowledges that he is being that way.
Yes.
That he is trying to force them to be things that through his inattention or through his striving to make things what he thinks should be good for his family, he has neglected them.
Yes.
And perhaps made them into something they didn't want to be. So he acknowledges that in the end.
Yes. And you also have women who, even though Sloane may have changed her career, she had a career that was normally masculine. Even Harper, she's a reporter, a journalist, and journalism in the past had been a male-dominated role. So, you can say that, there's a lot of equality in that sense.
Well, like, even John doesn't arrive to save them.
No.
He arrives to help Abby because Abby is his focus.
Yeah.
That's his friend. He's not trying to white knight her.
No.
He is just trying to help her.
No, it's not like I'm going to swoop in and you're going to love me. It's
right.
We already love each other because we're best friends.
Right. I'm just coming here to help you because you asked for my help. So I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm actually here doing your thing. But so I think that it is maybe not the most feminist film in the world.
No, but it is there.
But it is a feminist film. I think it has this weird thing of it has this straight rom-com, the straight, like, cishet.
It's the rhythm. It's
rom-com of it all.
Yeah.
And it fits this queer narrative into that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like we've been watching on YouTube the guy forging stuff.
Yeah.
Because I watch random stuff all the time.
Yes.
He's making Damascus.
Yes.
So in that way, they are kind of making Damascus steel out of this film in which they have this queer narrative that is encapsulated by this heteronormative, like, storyline that usually comes up, like a Hallmark movie.
Okay, so I'm very proud of myself.
Sure.
Heteronormativity would be sugar cookie dough. And you have always used the round cookie cutter for that one. And homosexuality and the LGBTQ world is chocolate cookie dough. And while they could have used a big flaming rainbow to cut those cookies out, they used the same circle that they used to cut out the sugar cookies.
Yeah. Essentially, that's what I said earlier. But
I know.
Yeah.
I was very proud of that.
No, you made an analogy. I
was very... I'm sitting here going, cookie cutter. Okay, yeah.
And it is cookie cutter.
And it's cookie cutter season.
And it is cookie cutter in a lot of ways.
Yes.
But also it invites not just the storyline, but you have these people that come into and out of the film as those reminders of a past. So you have Riley and you have, what's the boyfriend's name?
Carter. Don't know his name. His real name. I didn't write it down.
You have Carter and you have Riley who kind of weave in and out of this story to remind you that Harper's not just this one-sided character. She has several different things. She's made mistakes in the past. She is a real person to them. And Abby is not just seeing her as this just solely as a perfect love.
Yeah.
There are complications. This is a story about people. And I think it's good to remember that this is not just I came home from New York City where I'm a designer and I met the love of my life, who was the guy I dated in high school who now makes, I don't know, glass figurines from lightning strikes or something. I don't know, crazy crap like that. I think I just did Sweet Home Alabama.
I think you may have, but also I think you just did the next Hallmark movie hit. So
no, I think that's actually Sweet Home Alabama. I think I just did that.
Have you ever seen? There's a couple
only slightly
on TikTok, and they do. I don't know if they still do, but for a while, when the seasons would change, the husband. Like, the wife would record them, and the husband would do cute meet cutes from Hallmark movies with her. Be like, oh, so you're back in town for a few
I've
weeks.
seen-
Yeah, and
yeah.
it's so adorable, but it's like he is the one who wants to do that. They'll go out to like orchards and shit with their cups of coffee and
But I like it because it is a take on that. It takes the heteronormative stories that we always see every season and reminds you we exist.
Yeah.
Gay people exist. We're here.
And-
And we're a part of this world. And we have love and we give love and we want to be seen.
And the gay couple was a lesbian and not in the gratuitous porn way.
Well, yeah.
Well, because, you know,
Yeah, I guess
because
it's-
think about it, in any type of television show, it's usually the gay men because those are the safe ones. And then, you know, if they
Yeah, because
show...
they're going to fade to black. So,
But it's also like, because, you know, well, like, you know, the guys don't want to see the icky, so it's safe because they don't actually aren't going to really kiss. But the girls, if they normally would have them on there, and then they would like be over sexualized, and they're not.
well, that's why
And
we
what I
have Will
loved.
and Grace instead
Yes.
of, you know, a show with two lesbians who are actively out.
Don't get
you
me
know?
wrong, I did love me some Will and Grace back in the day because I loved Karen and Jack together because, I mean, hell, I had a friend who I used to call Poodle all the time because he was Jack.
Yeah, I don't know the.
Oh my
I'm not going to know all the references because I didn't watch Will and Grace.
Megan Mullally. It was like my
I've seen,
first
like, 2
exposure to her. I
episodes.
loved her.
So I know the context of it.
Yes. Okay. So if you would like to watch this movie on your own, good luck. No. It was hard to find. So this is originally a Netflix movie. Now it's no longer on Netflix. So you can find it on Hulu for streaming, or you can purchase the DVD. But we found it on Dailymotion for free, which is a website. So it wasn't a bad copy either. It's pretty good.
Actually, it did really well. I think it was actually on par with anything else we would have watched.
Yeah, so I forgot that we were watching it. I kept looking for the remote when we'd have to pause
I
for
know.
something. And then, oh no, it's on the computer. Haha.
Well, thank you for joining us this holiday season. It is the happiest season from 2020. This has been Cozy Quilt Cinema with Beth and Michelle. We love having this space, and we really enjoy having you here. We're glad you're here in the blanket fort to share your emotions and insights, and to listen to us talk about our emotions and insights that can often be hard to explain sometimes. We want to keep those feelings going. We want you to follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at Cozy Quilt Cinema, or you can send your feedback and personal reflections to cozyquiltcinema@gmail.com. You can always find our episodes wherever you listen to podcasts. And please consider subscribing and leaving a rating to help us grow this community.
Okay. So for next week's episode, which will be our second Christmas episode for the season, here are your 3 hints, because I really couldn't choose. So there were a lot of accidents that happened on this set that were all included in the film itself, in the finished product. The lead slipped on water, walking down some steps. He had his lip torn by another actress, and he also elbowed another actress in the face, all of which appears in that film. The second clue is that the lead and the director, they were constantly at odds. The lead wanted to improvise because that's what this person is known for, and the director, he kind of sped through it. And in an interview, the lead said it was the worst experience because it was just on fast forward. It was just a sped through movie. It was very, very fast. And my last clue is that the lead turned down 3 major roles just to be in this movie. And this was also his first movie after having a pretty big hit a couple years before. He actually went into hiding for a bit and was actually thinking of leaving acting, and then came back and did this movie. But the 3 roles he turned down, 2 of which went to Tom Cruise, was Rain Man, Cocktail, and Big. He turned down those 3 roles to do this movie. I think it probably was a mistake. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love this movie, but also it is not this person's best work.
Okay.
But it's a classic.
Okay.
Much like Clue.
Okay.
So, until next time, my friends.
Have a good pre-season, I guess, because we're not there yet.
If you were gay, okay,
I thought you were going to do the Santa Claus song.
No.
That Jinx and Ben did.
Oh, who's got a big red cherry nose? Santa's got a big red cherry. I grew up hearing that.
I never heard it until this movie.
Oh my God. I grew up the Sing Along with Mitch Miller album, and that was one of the ones I actually hated it because the kids singing it were creepy. They had creepy voices. But yes. So.
I was spared that.
Yes, you're lucky.
But not the Lawrence Welk of it all.
Oh, yes, but I've also never spared you the Dominic, the Italian Christmas donkey of it all either.
It's true. I've had to endure that every Christmas.
Everybody should. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Until next time.
Remind me, what did your parents say when you told them you were gay?
That they loved and supported me.
That's amazing. My dad kicked me out of the house and didn't talk to me for 13 years after I told him. Everybody's story is different. There's your version, and my version, and everything in between.